The Detroit Lions are going to need some help in the secondary. We had Jerry Jacobs as our starting cornerback for most of the year in 2023, and he was put on injured reserve to end the season after being benched halfway through it. Jerry Jacobs is just, he's never been that big of a deal to me. I love his story, but as far as when it comes to him and his talent, he is a great tackler, but as far as coverage, he's not that. A lot of pass interference, a lot of holding, stuff like that. So he puts out a tweet earlier today, and I'm a bit curious to know what you guys think this means. We live in an age of social media. Literally something can be made up on the internet today, and you guys will believe it tomorrow. But it says, from Jerry Jacobs, this happened early this morning, says you must make a decision that you are going to move on from. It won't happen automatically. You have to rise up and say, I don't care how hard this is. I don't care how disappointed I am. I'm not going to let this get the best of me. I'm moving on with my life. Now, that could be related to football, or it could be related to anything that he goes through. He's just going through something in his life, or maybe he's helping somebody else, or just saying some inspirational words for the people on Twitter. Or does this have a meaning that has to deal with football? Now, Jerry Jacobs is a free agent, but I believe he's a restricted free agent. So that's a little different from an unrestricted free agent and exclusive rights free agent. The Detroit Lions have to make a decision on whether or not they're going to keep him. And after being benched, being placed on IR, and the re-signing of Emmanuel Moseley just about an hour ago, what does this mean for Jerry Jacobs? Is Jerry Jacobs going to return to the Detroit Lions? Has his time in Detroit run out? Very curious to know, man, what they're going to do when it comes to Jerry Jacobs. I would not be mad if they moved on, but again, you can never have too many of any position, to tell the truth, except maybe kicker, if you had maybe 4 or 5 of those guys. But Jerry Jacobs is depth at this point. But then you have Emmanuel Moseley, and I'm thinking that maybe Jerry Jacobs, because Jerry Jacobs was never supposed to be number 2. It was supposed to be Emmanuel Moseley and Cam Sutton, cornerbacks 1 and 2. So what I'm thinking is that they gave Jerry the heads up that they were going to move on from him and bring back Emmanuel Moseley. And since Emmanuel Moseley is the depth piece, then we don't need Jerry Jacobs per se. We could always use an extra body. We saw what happened last year. But I think that the re-signing of Emmanuel Moseley is the reason that Jerry might have put this tweet, or it could mean absolutely nothing. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with football. Last time he did this, he was being placed on IR. But so the last time he had a tweet like this, Jerry doesn't tweet a ton stuff like this. He might respond to somebody on Twitter, but something like this, he doesn't. And I think it's not a coincidence, most likely, that he tweeted just hours before the Emmanuel Moseley news broke at about 1 o'clock. So there was about a 5-hour difference a 3-hour difference between that tweet and Emmanuel Moseley, the tweet that he had been brought back. So let me know what you think. Do you think that this signals the end of Jerry Jacobs' time as a Detroit Lion? I think it does. It is leaning toward that, but I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys are awesome, man. Feels good to be making content. Appreciate everyone on the Gridiron Blitz. Hang in there, man. We're trying to find our footing on this channel, and I appreciate it. I will talk to you in the next video. Peace.